So, besides eating cakes.
Alors, besides eating cakes, yes. When I was starting my business, I was thinking which designer could I observe that I was thinking were truly faith. Can I say faith? Yeah, to their aesthetic, like of
Faithful.
faithful. Yeah, like Asdinalaya, Yves Saint Laurent. I told you about it. I loved Maison and those was easy to relate it to because I love the aesthetic. But I was also happy to watch people that I don't necessarily share the aesthetic, but I admire their work anyway. Like for example, Isabelle Marant. It's nothing like I can relate it to, but when I work in this specific area, it's funny to see how the lady are dressing, and they always wear Isabelle Marant, with maybe an expensive bag and sneakers. But it's this kind of person who could feel a little bit the woman that you want to dress. It's not necessarily women like her. It's more women like in this area, who want to be young, desperately looking young, and they like to wear Isabelle Marant because there's something a little bit, how can I say, I don't want to say trashy, especially if you record it, but casual, and they make them feel young, I guess. And also observe recurrence, for example. Again, once again, I cannot relate to this guy, but strangely enough, I could see the enthusiasm of recurrence nowadays more than any time before, and from a lot of different person, because it's nowadays with all the thing you can find, and when you watch a collection, when you go to a Gucci store, you can find everything. You can find slipper, you can find fur coat, you can or fake fur coat, you can find things for going to ski, you can find everything. And when you go to recurrence, you know exactly what you will find, and you know what is going to be familiar, is going to be something you maybe experiment before, maybe you bought it before, and you're going to find it in a new way. And it's nice that I'm speaking to you, because when the text that I sent you was not so easy to develop that thing, but people now are concerned about sustainability, right? And without speaking about anyone, sometimes it seems to be fair and it seems to be very authentic. Sometimes it just seems to be a little bit of marketing, isn't it?
Greenwashing.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody is thinking of in their industry of doing less, for example. The thing of the pre-collection, main collection, is new. I mean, in terms of fashion, right? It's like,
well, it's new in Europe. It's been around in America forever.
Maybe that's it. In Europe, it's very new, and even Hermès started to do that really recently. And I think if you want to go, I like the idea that if you want to buy a jeans, you go to Levi's. If you want to buy a certain sweater, with the little buttons here, you go to this brand which is in Britannia. I forget. Well, anyway, you go to the specialist of the category of the clothes you like, and that's a thing that all those designers that I'm watching now, they are the specialist of their own category. Don't go to a recurrence if you want to have a super skinny sequence dress. You don't go to this boy, and that's nice and that's fine. And with my little company, which is just born, that's the philosophy like I want to do. Like people telling me like after free showroom, like you have to make entry price t-shirt, and then you can have as expensive all the things you want, but you need to do that and that and that and that and all this merchandising speech that we heard about, we know that. And I think, okay, if the persons want to have a nice t-shirt, you really think she will go to my place, an unknown designer, which the name doesn't mean anything for anyone? And I'm so lucky to have you. I don't even know how you heard about me, but like it's just a little bit something like that. So yes, and then after you think about it, okay, a t-shirt. No, I'm not going to be a t-shirt with a stupid logo, a sweater with a stupid logo. So maybe what kind of t-shirt will I make? what kind of t-shirt can be part of the all the thing of the central of the aesthetic of the collection in general. So this is my reflection now. It's like, it's not about what I want to do, it's about also what I don't want to do. And I think this part is as important, because if you speak about sustainability, and now I close the vocal, it's important to restrict a little bit the option. You worked in the business as a designer, so you know how in big houses we spoil material also. We extra develop because we cannot make up as mine. We try. In terms of fabric, it's a disaster. And at the end, we throw away a lot of things because we keep only a little bit. And I think if we go back to this reflection in the beginning, that's already a huge step.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like, to design in a timeless way is also sustainable.
Yes.
It's, to me, they say that people wear their clothes only 7 times.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane. I mean, I think, like, if you like something, I guess it's because we're living in the Instagram moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has to have something new constantly. That's why this new renting clothes, even in department stores, it's the new thing. Like,
yes. But even if you want to make an extraordinary gown dress, the point is you have to manage in a way that even if you cannot wear so many times this piece, at least you don't want to throw away. You have to teach people again the culture of the clothes, and if people would know how many times it takes to make a good clothes or to make a good jacket, for example, I think they would consider it in a different way. Like, how can I say that? I have always this conversation with my partner. He's telling me like, how many it's so expensive what you bought now as a clothes. You know, you don't think of what is money is it on an irregular salary. I mean, not anymore, because now I'm starting to make my own collection. You know, I make dresses instead of buying myself clothes, but this is another question. And I say, yeah, but you know, your simple polo shirt, for example, a simple shirt, even if it's made in Indonesia or in China or in whatever in other country, it takes this time under the machine, you know, to make it. Can you realize, would you accept to be paid this amount of salary for this time? Of course you wouldn't. So yes, so far I made my clothes in Italy, and the cost of the la main d'oeuvre, I don't know how to say this in English.
The sample makers.
Yeah, it's a bit more expensive because people have all this, they have their a decent salary, you know, and it's
so you work with an Italian factory with Italians, not Chinese, in Italy.
Yes,
because there's that too, right?
Yes, and I think that's also a positive for me. That's if I can stay in this way, because I think Portugal now is also having an incredible high level of manufacturer, but it's also a part of the concept. Like, you don't do your clothes, you do it next to you, you know, next to you, because you can control
carbon footprint.
Yeah. Also, and even if you have to pay more because the people that you make work have a decent salary, it's worth it. Well,
yeah, I think it's an important consideration. So where can people find your clothes?
Alors, I'm about to deliver my first production now. It's like I'm still waiting for the final date. Like, it's going to be in a week or two. In Paris, I will be in this shop called Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
In Chicago, I have a fantastic shop which is called Blake.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, I love the...
I'm sure it's perfect for Blake.
I love the owner of this shop.
What's her name?
Marilyn and Dominic.
Yeah, they're a couple, right?
Yeah.
He's short. They're both short.
They're both short. She's shorter than him.
Yes, we shared a taxi once, coming from Madrid, 50
The lovely
something.
people,
Yes.
especially because
They don't have internet, right? Or they only do phone call, or there's something strange. They don't believe in email, or they don't. I don't know. I remember there was something weird.
That's when astonished me, because when I was writing them email, they was of taking a long time
To answer.
Yeah, so maybe
They're not so email.
no, but they're really
Great taste.
great taste. You know, that's really people. I love the way they buy the collection. You know, even if they didn't bought any print, for example, because for their shop it's more black and white, I presume, which I never visit, but I could feel the taste. They really catch the more emblematic pieces of the first collection,
Which is great.
and I was after that I wrote her a letter.
I think they love mail.
Alors, yeah, I wrote them a letter and say I'm really sorry, you know, I really had really few customers this first season, so I cannot produce, but I wish you would come back from my next showroom. And 6 months later, when I present the summer collection, they came back. You know, so I was thinking, oh, that's so adorable, you know, because nowadays it's really tough, and if you don't produce a collection for people,
They forget you.
they forget you, which is normal. And they didn't. And I was also in Moda Operandi, so I'm going to
that's
deliver the people, the customer, Moda Operandi directly, which is going to deliver directly to the customer who order. We pre-order the collection. And again, I think that's a fantastic system, you know, when we speak about sustainability. I mean, brilliant. And it's brilliant for another reason. It's make people wait. And I think if you wait, and if you're ready for waiting, that means that you buy something that you really want and you really need. And you're not going to change your mind after.
That's true, because that's a big problem with a lot of people, especially e-commerce. They'll order 3 sizes of the same thing and then they send back.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear it from designers, disaster.
So the system of Moda Operandi, nobody insists enough about the fact that it's super sustainable. Then I have 2 shops in Japan, one called Anai and the other one is called Fauvette. And voila, that's for my first production.
Wow, this is great.
Yes.
That's super. Do you think one day in the future you might want to have a shop?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But before the shop, I really want to have a flat shop, like the place when I will live and I will have little collection. Because that's what I wish I would do, like to receive clients and tell them to talk with them, having a piece of cake, show them the things and see what she can find, what the person can find or not. But that's something that I would
Intimate,
love to do.
yeah, like a house.
I think it's nice because it's have this experience, you know, a little bit more special that we don't have in shops anymore. When we go there.
It's great. Thank you.